What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. God bless to each and every one of y'all on this nature walk, trying to get these steps in. And I wanted to ask y'all a question. Who's the top 3 running backs in NFL history? In your opinion, who's the top 3 running backs in NFL history? And also, should I go live for the Cowboys versus Eagles game? Should I go live for that game, y'all? Good morning. What should I do? What should I do? Should I go live for that game? Just because the Vikings game versus the Bears is not until Monday night, so we got a lot of time to spare, man. And I'm I'm football desperate right now. Like, I miss football so much. But by the way, I'm your host, Mike Sports Vibes. Hopefully, you're having a wonderful morning, a wonderful week. Hope you had a very good Labor Day weekend. Um, and yeah, I cover the Minnesota Vikings on this channel. I tend to take these nature walks and vibe with my YouTube family. Everybody's welcome to this YouTube channel. We go live for absolutely every Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And we just have a good time and vibe, man. I'm literally taking this nature walk. Usually I have the flag over my shoulder, but I don't have it on me right now. So it's the signature that I usually have on. But I got the Mike Sports Vibes shirt on, though. I got the Mike Sports Vibes shirt on. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. Appreciate y'all. Now, top 3 running back in NFL history. Who do you think is the top 3 running backs in NFL history? We got RC. No order: Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, Walter Payton. Wow. Woo. You know, I've been thinking about this list for a while now. There's so many great running backs throughout the history of the NFL. And this is no slight to any running back throughout the history. There's a lot of them. And I love your list, RC. Thank you for that comment. Barry Sanders is probably my number 1. He's definitely my number 1. And I have a close, and look, this is just my opinion, respectfully to people, people that's probably going to think otherwise, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I really want to go LT, LaDainian Tomlinson. LaDainian Tomlinson is my favorite running back probably of all time. I just love what he accomplished with the Chargers. He was a straight-up monster. He wasn't the biggest running back. He wasn't the fastest running back. He just knew how to get the job done. You give him a hole, he's going to make sure he hits that hole. He's going to make sure he does whatever he needs to do. Block, catch, anything. He's just an all-around good running back. I don't think LaDainian Tomlinson is talked enough about in the NBA. I mean, not in the NBA, in the NFL. Not a lot of people talk about LaDainian Tomlinson for some strange reason. Another running back that's not talked about is, this is surprising, is Curtis Martin. You know, Curtis Martin is he the second leading rusher of all time? No, is he? No, he's not the second leading. He's not the second leading rusher, is he? I know he's up there, though. I know Curtis Martin got to be up there. I don't know the exact yardage, but Curtis Martin, when he was with the Jets and Patriots, was a beast. And another thing about Curtis Martin that I liked a lot, that I just found this out, y'all, because I'm from Pennsylvania, right? So I'm a Minnesota Viking fan from Pennsylvania, but Curtis Martin is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You know another all-time great that I found out? Tony Dorsett. Tony Dorsett, one of the greatest running backs of all time. He's also from Pennsylvania. He's from Rochester, Pennsylvania. We're not going to talk about the team he played for because we ain't going to talk about it. But I didn't know Tony Dorsett was from Rochester, Pennsylvania. I didn't know the man was from Pennsylvania. So Curtis Martin is from Pittsburgh, PA, and Tony Dorsett is from Rochester, PA. I don't know where Rochester, PA is, though, bro, but I know where Pittsburgh is. So that's pretty cool to find out a little bit more information on some of these all-time greats. But Tony Dorsett is definitely up there. His rushing yards is 12,739. He has 77 rushing touchdowns and 90 touchdowns altogether in his career, 4.3 per carry. And just an amazing all-time great running back that needs to have some more respect on his name. Great running back. Another running back that a lot of people, I got to give this man some credit. Everybody's in the building. Make sure you double tap that screen, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button so we can push this out there. Another running back I want to talk about, right? It's very hard to pick a top 3 in NFL history. But Marshall Faulk was a different type of running back, man. I don't think I ever seen a running back play as good as him, like personally. Like I probably got to see him later in his career. I am a 90s baby, so I got to see him later in his career when I started to understand football. But Marshall Faulk, in 1999, that man had 1,098 receiving yards, and I believe he had 1,000-something rushing yards. And I believe that the Rams won a Super Bowl that year, 1999. I'm gonna have to double check them stats, but Marshall Faulk, I think he might be the only running back that I know about off the top of my head that not only had 1,000+ rushing yards, but also 1,000+ receiving yards. So that's a big deal for me. Like Marshall Faulk is just a all-around talent that's been doing his thing. Was doing his thing, man. Like he was the show. He was the show for the Rams. Like if you don't stop him, you're losing. You're losing against the Rams, straight up. Now my guy Adrian Peterson and Marshall Faulk, he had 100 touchdowns altogether. When I talk about touchdowns, I'm talking about altogether, receiving, rushing. 100 touchdowns, 4.3 per average. And he had 6,875 receiving yards, and he had 12,279 rushing yards. So Marshall Faulk was just different. He was just a different type of dude, bro. Now getting to Adrian Peterson, coming from a Minnesota Viking fan, because I am a Viking fan, y'all. And proud Viking fan from Pennsylvania. I've been a Viking fan for a while, and Adrian Peterson is definitely. I probably should have said top 10, because to be honest with you, it's hard to just pick a top 3 running back list. But leave in the comments below. Let me know, who do you think should be in the top 3 category when it comes to running backs of all time in NFL history. Adrian Peterson was something different, man. I remember I didn't really know too much about Adrian Peterson when we drafted him. Like I knew about him, but I wasn't in the football. Like I was in the football, but I wasn't in the college football, I'll say. And when someone was like, yo, y'all drafted Adrian Peterson, y'all gonna be nice, I said, okay, let me look him up. When I was looking up his highlights in college, I said, oh wow, this is amazing. And as soon as he stepped on that field for the Vikings, and he was just amazing. He was just, I have never seen a running back, because, I'm a Viking fan, so I never seen a running back in a Minnesota Viking uniform do what he did. Like, still to this day, there's nobody that even comes close to Adrian Peterson. And I mean that in no disrespect to all the other great running backs in Minnesota Viking history. But Adrian Peterson was a different type of dude, man. Like, I ain't never see someone that had the speed, the agility, the shiftiness, the vision. I never seen that. Coming from a big-time Minnesota Viking fan, I never seen someone that was that tall, that big, that strong, stiff arm you, run you over, and he can cross you up, make you look crazy. It was just a different type of energy with Adrian Peterson. You didn't know what he was going to do to you. Like, he could have made a decision. Today, my mission is to run you over. If you're a safety, if you're a cornerback, even some of you linebackers, I'm running you over. And when he was on mission, there was not that many people that can bring him down one-on-one. So Adrian Peterson had 14,000 918 rushing yards, which was amazing. Due to like he had that major injury, he messed up his knee, ACL, MCL. I forgot which injury it was, but I know it had to do with his knee, and he missed the whole season. And then when he finally got back, he rushed for 2,000 plus yards and almost broke the season record, single season record, coming off that injury. He was just simply amazing, man. And then everybody tried to put it like, oh, well, if you mess your ACL up, you should be fine, after it. Adrian Peterson was different. Not everybody's body heals like Adrian Peterson's body. Not everybody can be Adrian Peterson coming off the ACL. And as soon as he gets good, he's rushing for 2,000 rushing yards. Like, not many people can do that. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody try to make it seem like, oh, well, technology is so much better. Yes, technology is so much better, but still, everybody's body works differently. So you can't just assume just because, oh, well, Adrian Peterson did it, everybody else can do it. That's just not true, right? And then another running back, right? An all-time running back, Jim Brown. I got to put Jim Brown, RIP to Jim Brown. Just one of the GOATs at running back, man. One of the GOATs, Jim Brown. Rushed for 12,312 yards. He had 106 touchdowns, 5.2 per carry. Jim Brown was something nice. Is anybody talking in the comments? I'm not sure. I just got one comment. Maybe my comments froze. But if my comments did freeze, my bad. I can't read your comment. But if you didn't comment, let me know how you feel. Who's your top 3 running backs of all time? Give me your honest perspective, your honest opinion. All right, so we got Jim Brown, another running back that I want to talk about, right? I didn't bring him up, but I got to bring him up right now. One of the most slept on running backs in the history of running backs, bro, is Frank Gore. I don't know. I don't know how many seasons this man played, but it seemed like he played forever. I remember it was between him and Adrian Peterson when it came to like, who's better? Who's going to be the one that has the most rushing yards? Who's going to be the one that have the most touchdowns? But the longevity of Frank Gore, and I ain't taking nothing from him, made him, when it comes to rushing yards of all time, I think he's like top 5, top 4. He rushed for 16,000 rushing yards, y'all. He had 81 touchdowns, 4.3 per carry. Frank Gore was a freaking monster, man. Like, I really respect Frank Gore and his longevity in the NFL. Like, that's why I be saying, like, running backs, if you got them all-time great running backs, they're worth a first-round pick. You don't know if they're going to be an all-time great, but at the same time, if you happen to hit on a running back, it's almost as, I'm not going to say it's not as important as a quarterback, but the running back is pretty much the quarterback's, like, number one friend. Like, besides the offensive line, if you have a good running back, it makes the quarterback's life a lot easier, especially when it comes down to like playoffs, and you can just hand that ball off, and that's easy yardage, easy first downs, and then you can live off of that play action all day. They used to call Adrian Peterson all day. Remember that? And sorry, I can't read the comments, y'all. I can't see none of y'all comments. If y'all making any comments, I can't see none of y'all comments, and I truly apologize for that. But yeah, Adrian Peterson. But yeah, everybody that's in the building, make sure you double tap that screen if you haven't already. Make sure you double tap that screen, hit that like button, and consider subscribing. We're going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game's upcoming season with the scoreboard and everything. I just want to say I'm so thankful for everybody. I'm really mean this from the bottom of my heart. Like my YouTube channel, this YouTube channel has been growing extremely fast in the last few months. And I just want to say thank you for each and every one of y'all that's been supporting me on this YouTube journey. And I just want to say thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I tend to go on these nature walks like every day, and it would be boring if I just did this by myself. So I just bring you with me a little bit of part of my life. And I just want to talk about my favorite team, the Minnesota Vikings. And I like to talk about history too. I like to talk about the NFL, a little bit about NFL history. I might have to talk about who's the greatest wide receivers of all time, probably tomorrow or something like that. Because there's a lot of great wide receivers. Y'all already know how I feel. I think Randy Moss is the best, but, you know, that's another story for another day. People are going to try to say Jerry Rice, but I ain't hating on Jerry Rice. But the reason why I'm a big-time Minnesota Viking fan is because of the bull Randy Moss. But shout out to everybody in the building. But getting back to the subject, right? When you talk about, hold on. I was talking about Frank Gore. Frank Gore was a monster. Another thing, y'all remember Sean Alexander? I remember he had that 1 year with the Seahawks, man. I don't know what year that was. I don't know if he was MVP. I know that man was on another level for at least a few years. And then after those few years, it was just a wrap. But Sean Alexander, I had to put him in this conversation because I remember him vividly. I've seen him just running everybody over. It was just crazy. Like, one of the most physical backs in NFL history is Sean Alexander. Like, he was a different type of dude. Another running back that I have to mention, and I'm not putting him as the GOAT, but he's one of the running backs that I always respected. And he played for the Steelers, man, Jerome Bettis. Jerome Bettis was a different type of dude. Very big running back. He didn't look like he was the fastest, but he seemed like he moved pretty fast. And Jerome Bettis was one of those dudes that people would just bounce off of him, bro. It didn't matter if it was a defensive tackle, defensive end. Safeties, good luck bringing him down if you were a safety or a corner. You better be a linebacker or a defensive lineman, because it was really that, he was really one of those dudes that people would just bounce right off of him, like, constantly. Jerome Bettis was a all-time great running back. People don't really talk about Jerome Bettis like that. Maybe probably Steelers fans, but as a Minnesota Viking fan, I enjoyed watching him growing up, and it was nice to watch, very nice to watch. But I gotta get back to my guy LT. I gotta get back to my guy LaDainian Tomlinson. This man had 145. Am I reading that correctly? The man rushed for 13,684 yards. All his touchdowns put together is 145 touchdowns, 4.3 per average. And I'm not even talking about his receiving yards, y'all. I just said just his touchdowns in total. And I'm talking about his average per rush. I didn't even write down his receiving yards because he was a good receiver too as well. So the running backs that can catch got that extra. Like Marshall Faulk just got that extra it factor, bro. But LaDainian Tomlinson, I just remember some of his highlights, man. It was just like, yes, his offensive line was pretty darn good. I remember him and Antonio Gates just dominating. I would have liked to see LaDainian Tomlinson get a Super Bowl. He's one of my favorite players in general, like in NFL history. Coming from a Viking fan, I enjoyed watching him play as well. He's just a different dude, man. I wish people would talk about LaDainian Tomlinson more. But, yeah. But shout out to everybody in the building, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all vibing with your boy. All right, so look. So I can't read y'all comments, and I apologize for that. But I'm going to say this, though. So for my top 3 running backs in NFL history, and y'all probably can see the comments, but I can't see the comments on my screen for some strange reason. But for my top 3, I got Barry Sanders. All right, so Barry Sanders, 99 touchdowns, 5.0 per rush, 15,269 rushing yards. I have him number 1. And the reason why I have him number 1 from a Viking fan perspective is because there was nothing like him. The most shiftiest running back of all time. I don't think there was. Maybe LaShawn McCoy's up there too. That's another good running back of all time that people probably don't really talk about him. But I remember him when he was with the Eagles. LaShawn McCoy was very shifty. It reminded me of Barry Bonds. If y'all don't know who LaShawn McCoy is, go look up him. Look up how he was so shifty and just crossing dudes up. It reminded me like he reminded me of Barry Bonds. Like Barry Bonds was such a shifty running back that it's like not one person is going to bring him down. And he's doing this on a team that didn't have the best offensive line. And it's just a shame that he couldn't get more help around him. Like, what was the Lions thinking back in the day? Like, how do you got the GOAT at running back. Just my opinion, because people are going to say, well, he doesn't have the most rushing yards. Well, let's put full context into it. What weapons was really around Barry Bonds? Was his offensive line good? Did he have Pro Bowl all-time great quarterbacks throwing the ball and making it easy for him because they could just stack the box the whole dang on game? Like, you got to put full context in it. Oh, good morning. And it's just like, I look at it like this, and I don't like, and I'm not taking nothing from Emmitt Smith. I don't want you Cowboy fans feeling like I'm trying to take a shot at Emmitt Smith. But if you was, and hypothetically speaking, if Barry Bonds had the type of offensive line that the Cowboys have, what do you think Barry Bonds' numbers would be? What do you think Barry Sanders. I'm saying Barry Bonds. Barry Sanders. What do you think his rushing yards would be? Barry Sanders, by far, man, just imagine with that offensive line. Like, it's just another level of greatness. We think that we've seen the greatest of him. Like, just imagine if he had a little bit more talent around him, he would have been, I would be scared for the whole NFL. I would be scared for the whole NFL. And this is not taking nothing from Emmitt Smith, because how you doing? Because Emmitt Smith is definitely one of the GOATs at running back, but he did have help from a great offensive line. He had help from one of the greatest wide receivers of all time in Michael Irvin. He had a lot of talent around him. It wasn't like Barry Sanders and he just don't have that much talent around him and he's still making it do what it do and he's crossing up dudes, making them look crazy. Yes, you might get him for a loss of a yards here and there, but then he's going to hit you with a 20-yard gain, a 30-yard gain, a 40-yard gain. He was the show. He was the show for the Lions. And that's why the Lions were probably even an NFL team at that point. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the Lions because I know the Lions are good now, but I'm just saying, man, Barry Sanders was on a whole nother level, bro. Whole nother level. Now I got to get to another running back. I know people are probably yelling at me in the comments. Mike, how did you not mention Walter Payton? How did you not mention Eric Dickerson? How did you not mention these running backs? What are you talking about, Mike? How can you talk about all these other running backs and you're not mentioning Eric Dickerson and Walter Payton? Now, let me talk about it. This is no disrespect. There's just so many great running backs to talk about. And I'll tell you, Eric Dickerson, I had to find this out. History. Simply amazing. I think he has the all-time record when it comes to rushing yards, I believe. Adrian Peterson was like a few yards short of breaking his record, season record. I forgot what the record is for the season. I know it's 2,000 something. I just don't know what the number is. But Eric Dickerson, the thing about him that I found out is when he came to the NFL, he was leading the whole NFL. He led as a rookie. He led the whole NFL as a rookie, leading the league in rushing yards. He had 1,808 yards. That is spectacular. And this is why I say the running backs, man, we got to put some respect on the running backs' names, bro. Like, we really do. And for me, Eric Dickerson, for him to accomplish that simply is amazing. I don't know all the running backs that was playing at that time, but that time frame, there was a lot of great running backs. So for him as a rookie to lead the whole NFL in rushing yards, Eric Dickerson in 1983, y'all. 1983, he led the whole NFL in rushing yards, y'all, as a rookie. And that's why I said, I had a question a couple of days ago, who's going to lead the NFL in rushing yards for 2025? And a lot of people are going to probably say Saquon Barkley, but I went against the grain. I'm going a rookie. I'm going with a rookie. Either Ashton Genty, maybe Omarion Hampton from the Chargers, but I went against the grain a little bit, y'all. We'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. But Eric Dickerson was an amazing running back that he gets a lot of respect. He gets a lot of love, you know. I respect him. I didn't get to really watch him all like that because I'm a 90s baby. So I didn't get to really watch him in his prime. But one thing about me is I do like looking up a little bit of history and looking up some of the great players that I didn't get to really watch. And he was an amazing, amazing player. And then hold on, let me look up his numbers real quick. So when it comes to Eric Dickerson, 13,259 yards, 90 touchdowns altogether, 4.4 per carry for his career. And sorry about the wind, y'all. I apologize for that. Everybody that's in the building, make sure you double tap the screen, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm a big-time Minnesota Viking fan, and I'm going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. Everybody is welcomed on this YouTube channel, whether you're a Viking fan or not. This is one YouTube family. All I ask is just keep it PG in the comments because, like I said, I want to make sure everybody feels welcome to come on the channel. But primarily talk about the Minnesota Vikings, but I do go live a lot, especially during game days. But when I go live during the game days, you'll get the commentary, you'll get the raw and uncut on what I feel at that moment. You'll get every pass, every tackle, every emotion during that time of the game. And it's going to be fun, man. So get your popcorn ready. Get your lemon pepper wings ready. It's definitely going down. Now, you go to Walter Payton now. Now, I'm looking up his numbers, bro. And I'm just, like, amazed. Like, and look, I had to double take, bro. I had to really look at the numbers again because I feel like the numbers are fake, bro. When it comes to Walter Payton, can y'all please, like, I'm going to have to, after this video ends, can y'all please let me know if these numbers are correct? Maybe I read it wrong. Maybe I wasn't writing the right numbers down, bro. Because when I see Walter Payton's numbers, and I see 16,726 rushing yards, right? 110 touchdowns. But this is what really got me. It wasn't even that. You know what got me? The 9.2 per carry. So you're telling me every time this dude ran the ball, he's averaging almost a first down. So you're telling me, hold on now. So you hand the ball off to Walter Payton, and he rushes for a first down every time. Listen, it don't make no sense, and I have to definitely do research on Walter Payton. But if that's the case, that you could just hand the ball off to this guy, this all-time great running back, and his average is 9.2 per carry, and that's all you have to do is hand the ball off to him, and you're going to automatically get a first down. Hey, listen, bro. You talk about greatness. That man's definitely up there. Walter Payton was on another level. You talk about 9.2 per carry. I got to make sure I read that right. I don't think I read it right, bro. I have to really look that up again because that can't be right. I don't think it's 9.2. I think I got that wrong. If it is 9.2, oh my gosh. He's definitely got to be top 3 running back of all time. Hey, that's just my honest opinion. Walter Payton. If his average is 9.2 per carry, that is the easiest game plan. Hey, listen, I'm going to hand the ball up to Walter Payton. He going to get us second in inches, so we could probably do a short little pass play. And if that don't work, guess what? We're going to hand the ball off again, and we're going to get another 9.2 yards. Like, nah, bro. Like, we got to figure something out here. Like, how do you stop that? If a running back is averaging 9.2 per carry, that got to be the most, if I was a defense, that must be the most devastating thing to know that no matter what you do, you stack the box. There's nothing you can do. He's going to get his yards. He's going to get his yards. 9.2 per carry. It does not make any sense. Like, I don't understand. When I looked at the numbers, y'all, and I'm not making this up, it says 9.2. 16,726 yards, rushing yards, 110 touchdowns in total in his career. But that average per carry got to be wrong. It has to be. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I can't even believe that I am reading. I'm underneath this bridge, by the way, y'all. I'm underneath this bridge. So if you're like wondering, there's echo. I'm underneath this bridge, y'all. But real talk, I'm gonna go over here. underneath this bridge road. A little scenery over here. Just hop down here off this little ledge. All right, but yeah, it's just crazy, man. Like, Walter Payton was something different, man. Walter Payton was special. Please, someone in the comments. I can't read your comments. I apologize, y'all. I really apologize. My comments have froze. I don't know why they frozen, but I can't read your comments. But when this live stream ends, please tell me in the comments below who's your top 3 running backs in NFL history. And please tell me if I'm right about Walter Payton's numbers. It can't be 9.2 per carry. I don't believe it. And if it is 9.2 per carry, and the man is pretty much rushing for a first down every time he touches the ball, what the heck was they doing? Like, was it? I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from him personally, but what was the defense doing? Like, what the heck was happening? Like, it don't make no dang old sense. 9.2 per carry, crazy numbers, bro. Crazy. Hey, listen, we're gonna stack the box. We're gonna have everybody up. You better draft a better defensive tackle, defensive ends. We're going to have a 4-3 front. We're not going to do a 3-4. We're going to have a 4-3 front, linebackers in the gaps, and we coming for them. We coming for them every single play. Hey, listen, it is what it is. That's all we got to stop. Stop this man, Walter Payton, and that's all we got to stop. Stop him. Forget everybody else. Forget the wide receivers. Hey, we'll have single coverage on everybody else, but make sure the linebackers are in the gaps and they blitzing every time. We're going to try to blitz this man and try to get Walter Payton. Ain't no way. I ain't letting no one run me over like that. You ain't supposed to average almost a first down every time you touch the dang on ball. Ain't no freaking way. But that really got me feeling some type of way. If I was a defensive coordinator, oh my gosh. I'm trying to figure out what would Brian Flores do? Like, I'm a big-time Minnesota Viking fan. What would Brian Flores do against a player of Walter Payton's caliber? How can you stop him? How can you slow him down? That's crazy work, man. He's the highest per carry average in NFL history at the running back position. There's no running back that has a higher carry per average than Walter Payton. If these numbers are correct, 9.2 per carry. If these numbers are correct, maybe it's not a 9, maybe it's a 6.2. Maybe it's not a 9. Maybe I read it wrong and it's actually a 6. But my goodness, crazy work, crazy work. But yeah, shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. I truly appreciate y'all. And I have another question. If you could answer this in the comments after the live stream ends, I'm thinking about going live for the Cowboys and Eagles game with my commentary and all that. I'm a Viking fan, but I've missed football so much, so I might go live for that game just to kind of speed up the process because I'm ready for some dang on football, bro. And the first game of the season is the Cowboys and the Eagles, and I'm ready for it to happen now. So I'm a little bit impatient to wait until Monday night when the Vikings go against the Bears. So I'm trying to figure out, should I go live for that game? I don't know. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. Truly appreciate y'all. I want to say to each and every y'all, God bless. Have a wonderful day. I'm about to get off this live stream. And I just want to give you my opinion. Top 3, I kind of didn't really name it, but I guess I'm going to put, it's so hard, man. It is so hard. Barry's number 1, LT's number 2, and Adrian Peterson number 3, because that's my guy, man. That's my guy. I'm a Viking fan, so I got to put AP in the top 3. But there's a lot of other great running backs. That's just so many to really choose. When I was looking up Marshall Faulk, like I said, I was looking up his numbers. I said, oh my gosh, that 1999 season was a different type of year for him. Like I don't think there was ever a running back that did what he did that year. So a lot of great talent over the years. And I'm so happy that finally in the 2025 NFL draft, 2 running backs was drafted in the first round. I just feel like running backs deserve a lot more respect in the NFL. I remember people were like, don't ever draft a running back in the first round. You could always find a running back in the later rounds. Yes, you can find running backs in the later rounds. That is 100% facts, but that's not always true. It's not 100% true. Oh, I'm going to wait to the 6th round and I'm going to find me an Adrian Peterson. I'm going to find him in the 6th round. Stop it. It's not always true. Yes, it does happen sometimes once in a while. But if you feel like that running back is good enough in college and you feel like he's supposed to be a first round talent, that is, like I said, the best thing for your quarterback. The most important position is the quarterback, is to have a good running game. If you don't have a good running game, good luck with your young quarterback. Every young quarterback needs a running game. If you don't have a running game, your quarterback is going to struggle big time. You're going to have him throw interception after interception after interception, fumble, interception, fumble. It's not going to be good for your team. So I always say, just my opinion, you got to have a good running back. Even the all-time great quarterbacks like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Patrick Mahomes, just quarterbacks of that caliber. You gotta have some type of running game. Y'all remember when Tom Brady with the Patriots had Corey Dillon? Y'all remember those years when Corey Dillon was just doing people dirty, bro? Back in the day with the Patriots, Tom Brady, man. Listen, he had that running game. He had I forgot the wide receivers who was on that team at that time, but I know that their defense was just probably the best in the game at that time. So they had that great defense. They had a good running game. I'm thinking maybe was it Deion Branch? I don't even know. I don't think it was with Wes Welker. I don't want to say Wes Welker. I'm probably messing up the times, but I know Corey Dillon was a straight up monster with the Patriots. It really helped Tom Brady. Every quarterback would love to have a great running back or good running back. I remember when as a big time Viking fan, when Brett Favre had Adrian Peterson, bro, he said this is the easiest I ever played. Listen, he said literally this is the easiest. Like, all I gotta do is hand the ball off. This is the easiest time in the NFL. All I gotta do is hand the ball off to Adrian Peterson and let him do his thing. Brett Favre, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. You can say what you want about Brett Favre, but on the field, he is definitely one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And he said one of the easiest times of his career was when he had Adrian Peterson, handing the ball off to Adrian Peterson. So I'm just saying, y'all, I'm not saying that running backs are everything, but they're definitely important. And I'm so glad that people are starting to put more respect on the running back position's name. And I'm happy to even talk about the running back position, bro, because as a Viking fan, I can't wait to see Aaron Jones. I can't wait to see Jordan Mason. That's gonna be a nice tandem for the Minnesota Vikings. And we're going to definitely do what we got to do, bro. We're going to run the ball. And with an upgraded offensive line that the Minnesota Vikings have, it's going to be very spooky for a lot of teams. People think that just because the Packers got Michael Parsons, they think because they got Michael Parsons, oh, well, he's going to really wreck your team. Yeah, he can definitely wreck your team. I'm not hating. But at the same time, he has one major weakness, and that's running the ball right at him. And that's what we're going to do every single game. Every single game, y'all. But shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Make sure y'all double tap that screen. Make sure you hit that like button. We are going live for every Minnesota Viking game this upcoming season. And with the scoreboard and everything. And everybody's welcome on this YouTube channel. And like I said, this is, I can't read y'all comments for some strange reason. So if you can leave in the comments when this live stream ends and let me know who your top 3 running backs of all time in NFL history. Just your opinion. You don't necessarily got to go by like the stats, because sometimes the stats don't tell it all. Like I'm not saying that to take anything away from these all-time great running backs, but you got to understand, like, you got to put full context into it. Like when you talk about Barry Sanders, he didn't have the best talent around him. That's why he wasn't the leading rusher of all time. If he had a better talent around him, I'm pretty sure he would have been the leading rusher of all time. I'm not saying that he's the best running back of all time in everybody's eyes, but for me, I think he's the best running back of all time, Barry Sanders, underneath this bridge right now. But shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure you double tap that screen. Can I get 7 more likes? Can I get 7 more likes? Trying to get 20 likes on the live stream. But yeah, shout out to everybody that's in the building, man. Also, I wanted to say this, man. Who do you think is going to win Thursday Night Football? First game of the season is first game of the season is Thursday night. Cowboys versus Eagles. Who you got winning that game? Like, real talk. Like, I understand. I'm pretty sure most people are going to say in the comments. I can't read your comments, unfortunately, but most people are going to say the Eagles. And I started to really think things through. You know what I mean? I'm really starting to think. Like, I know that the Eagles are the defending champions. I know the Eagles are definitely man, they're definitely a well-oiled machine. They're definitely one of the best. I'm not hating, but I just have a feeling they might take a step back, and it's not because they lost too much talent, because they still got a lot of talent on their team. It's really because when you start losing your offensive coordinators and your defensive coordinators, and you start losing that constantly because your team is always good, you're always in the playoffs, you're always doing some great things every single year, you tend to lose your offensive coordinators, you lose your defensive coordinators, and it might take you a little bit to adjust to losing that talented coordinator, and getting used to a new system, defensively and offensively. I don't know if it's dusty out here. I'm on this bridge right now, y'all. I went fishing in here. I ain't catch a dang on thing, y'all. I went fishing up in this water right here. I ain't catch a dang on thing, y'all. I felt some type of way, man. I ain't gonna sit here and cap. I felt some type of way. But what was I about to say? So yeah, I think the Eagles are gonna be good, but I got a feeling that the Cowboys, I ain't saying they're gonna win it, but I have a feeling they might do something more than what people think. I think Dak Prescott might show off. And I don't even listen, I'm not the biggest Dak Prescott guy. So me saying this takes a lot of energy for me to say this, because I don't even think Dak Prescott's that guy. But something has to give, yo. Like, I think Kenny Clark is going to be really good for the Cowboys in that trade. And I think that we'll see what happens from there. But I don't think it's going to be a total beatdown. At first, I said the Eagles going to beat the brakes off of them. It's in Philly. I believe it's a home game in Philly for them. So with the running game, might get a little bit. I'm not going to say they're going to stop them, but Kenny Clark is definitely the dude that hold it down in the middle. So you're going to have to run on the outside. You ain't going to be able to run in the inside like that. And I know that the Eagles got good guards and good tackles and all that, but Kenny is definitely a 3-time Pro Bowler, and he can definitely hold it down a little bit. So we'll see what happens with the Cowboys and the Eagles Thursday night. I might go live. I think I might go live for that game, to keep it real with you. I might go live for that game. Viking fan, I'm going to have my Viking gear on just to represent, to letting everybody know what time it is. You know what I mean? I'm getting ready for football season, baby. Let's go Vikings! And go to the bowl, y'all. Go to the bowl. Let's go Vikings. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you double tap that screen, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's definitely going down over here. Mike Sports Vibes. We are here in the building, y'all. Taking this nature walk and chilling. Thank you for vibing with your boy. About to get off in a few minutes. But yeah, everybody's welcome to this YouTube channel, whether you're a Viking fan or not. Yeah, it's one YouTube family. It sucks I can't see y'all comments, so I'm literally just talking to myself. You know, they say geniuses talk to themselves, but like at the end of the day, I don't want to talk to y'all. You know the old saying, geniuses talk to themselves sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say I'm a genius. I ain't the smartest person in the world, but I'm all right though. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. But shout out to y'all. Appreciate you vibing with me on this wonderful Tuesday morning. And if you can, make sure you double tap that screen, hit the like button on your way out, hit the subscribe button on your way out, and let me know when this live stream is over. Let me know who the top 3 running backs in NFL history are in your opinion. And let me know if you want me to go live for the Eagles and Cowboys game if you can as well. But shout out to each and every one of y'all. I truly appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful day. And as always, God bless. Peace out.